Hello, 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 my friends, family, saints, and ain'ts. Here we are Thursday for another Radiant Wrap. And whether you are listening live or you're listening to the recording, I am blessed and so grateful that um, you appreciate what I have to say enough to listen. So, today, as always, I have some radiant conversation, but today I have a guest, and I'm always grateful when I really feel like um, I have to pray about who is going to be a part of the conversation, this radiant conversation. And radiant, hey, Kathy, Radiant, Sister Kathy, Radiant is an acronym for the things I feel that we need to be healthy and whole. So, rest, activity awareness, diet, introspection, that's the prayer and meditation, agua, the water for sure, note taking, really keeping track of what it is that we're doing, and journaling, and then training, the physical aspect of it. And today, I have with me a friend of mine who is very health conscious. Um, I met her a number of years ago through church, and I love that she's young, but she's very grounded and a believer. Here she is. Her name is Kim Strickland. She is a single mom and a pretty newly single mom. I think Anastasia turned one about a year ago. I haven't had the pleasure of meeting Anastasia, but I'm looking forward to it. Welcome, Kim.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, Anastasia actually turned one on Sunday, Easter Sunday.
Oh, how special. That
Yes,
must have been the best Easter ever.
it really was. It's been an amazing weekend, so it was a good time.
Great. Well, I was recently, I haven't even met Anastasia yet. I hope to meet her at some point. But Kim is here in Tampa. And I was recently speaking with her. And when she told me a little bit about her story, I said, I asked her, would she come on and share? So I'm going to ask her to share as much of it as she feels comfortable with. But I just have a few questions for you. So the first one, um, Kim,
Mhm.
is your relationship with wellness. Can you share with everyone, like, when you first got involved in wellness?
Well, it actually went back to my childhood. I got introduced to sports at a very young age. I think I was about 10. And my dad, he did a little bit. My parents really invested in that aspect of not just sports, but just extracurricular activities in general outside of school. So that's when I really understood the facets of being disciplined, of practicing, um, of staying active and choosing healthier alternatives. Those are things that I had to do very young as a kid. I had a normal life, but my summers were, travel basketball teams or AAU volleyball tournaments and that sort of thing. Piano recitals. Like I was always doing things that tapped into that side of things. So when I became an adult in my 20s, like by the time I was done playing college basketball, I didn't want to do anything because I felt like my whole life so far was like a schedule. So I was like, I ain't doing nothing. And I mean, it worked out for a couple of years, but I still, when I got into corporate America, I still found myself taking those same disciplinary habits. And so it just became who I was. And then at one point, I think it was about 7 years ago now, that's when I reached the highest weight that I had ever been, which was 251 pounds. And I'm
Was how much? Wait, I don't
200.
think I knew that part. No, I did
Well,
not. Or if I did, I don't remember it.
that's the beginning of the journey that made me like get serious about my life indefinitely. 251 pounds. I was 32, 31 at that point in time. Um, there's a lot of health conditions that run on both sides of my family. And it was just a reality check. And so that's when I first joined Burn Boot Camp. And that kind of snowballed into, from a client to a trainer to running the one in Carrollwood and to retiring when I became a mom. So, but now I'm a client there again, because it just works. But all the while, I've also had the opportunity to expand and to grow into the aspect of wellness that encompasses a lot of the things that you said in the acronym with Radiant. And then also, it gave me the opportunity to be able to inspire and lead others to tap into maybe an area of improvement that they don't know is connected to where they're stuck when it comes to their wellness lifestyle. So that's kind of that's where I'm at now.
Okay. I love it. And I love your journey. Can you share a little bit um, about your experience, the memorable experience that you had during pregnancy? I know I've had three children, and which with each one I've had a story, and I know most moms have a story. Can you share what you want to share? Which I was floored when you were sharing some of your story with me. Now, and let me just preface this to say that Kim was not 251 pounds during her pregnancy. She was in tip top shape and gone.
Yeah, so it was November of 2021, and that's when I found out that I was pregnant. I actually did not think that I was pregnant. I just thought that I was tired because, running a gym, I just thought that I was tired and that I wasn't being disciplined with like my water intake, my diet. Like I just thought I was just slipping. And so I took a pregnancy test just to take one, because I was doing an outside workout because I used to do that in between my camps at Burn. And so I was doing an outside workout right outside the gym, but I felt like I wanted to lay down and take a nap, like on the sidewalk. It was weird. Like I felt sleepy. So that's what made me want to take the pregnancy test. I took the pregnancy test, forgot that I took it. Like I was doing stuff around the house. An hour later, I was like, oh yeah, let me go check this test. And I was pregnant. And then I had to wait to go to the doctor because it was between Thanksgiving and Christmas. And I had only had the bare bones health insurance because I never went to the doctor. So I just did the annual stuff. So I had to wait for the first appointment at some clinic in Tampa. And by the time I got there, the doctor was like, okay, let's do the pelvic exam and see how far along we are. And he poked my daughter in the head. And that's when I found out that I was over 5.5 months pregnant. I had no idea. Her dad and I were guessing that I was maybe in my first trimester or, maybe 12 weeks. But I was the better part of 24 weeks.
You hear about these stories, but I mean, I know I cannot wrap my head around it. Only someone who has experienced this can. Like, how do you have a baby inside of you for 4 months and not know? I mean, is the baby like not moving around yet? 5 months? It's were you not gaining weight? Did you not have a belly, Kim?
No, I did not have until right after my doctor's appointment is when she started to show. And like I had been putting on weight and like all my leggings were getting tight. So like I just assumed it was because I was putting on weight. But it wasn't like,
I'm like an old soul mama. So I think if I had seen you, I would have known.
Well, transparency, like there's a couple of people that I worked with that said that they knew before I did. And so I don't know, that it just after that, my pregnancy, I was able to get the proper coverage that I needed because a lot of OBGYNs don't accept pregnant women after the first trimester.
Mm-hmm.
But by the grace of God and a really good insurance agent, I was able to get into the best care that I will go to for all of my future children. And the rest of the pregnancy was good, other than she took all of my iron. Like, I had to go to the Florida Cancer Center and get injections twice a week. But other than that, it was a smooth pregnancy, and yeah.
And she's here and so cute, just as cute as she can be. Well, in the few minutes that we have left, can you share, after going through, all that you've gone through? I mean, you've basically been an athlete all of your life, besides this period of 251 pounds. But once an athlete, always an athlete. So that inner athlete was there, just lying dormant, waiting for you to get yourself together. And now that you're a mom, what advice do you have for expecting moms, Kim?
Well, you got to listen to your body. I think one of the biggest things, especially with women, well, men do it too, but I know us women are the absolute, we struggle with it a lot. It is, we put this pressure and these obligations on ourselves, and we don't realize how much of an impact that actually has to our physical health. And so even with expectant moms, they might not like the way they look like. They might start looking at after pictures of other, crazy musclehead women holding a 9-month-old baby, and they start to program their subconscious to be disappointed, and that takes away from what your body is naturally supposed to do with this entire experience. And one thing that I did was, like, when I was tired, I was tired. That last trimester was made up for the first 6 months I didn't know, because I was tired. I did not.
I can relate to that.
Exercise. I took a lot of naps. I walked a lot, but I did not set workouts for myself. And even after I had anesthesia, I tried to go back to the gym, and I was like, my hips are not in the right place. Like, I have no more, like, my body just wasn't ready. So I stopped. Right. I didn't actually, January is when I first went back to the gym. She was about 6 months old.
And it takes a while for your body to get back. I mean, it goes through so much hormonally.
And you'll know when it's ready. But I didn't just sit at home. I knew that, like, well, I'm a trainer, so I kind of knew some stuff, but, like, my hips were weak.
No, a little bit.
So, like, I bought a kettlebell on Facebook Marketplace, and I just started doing, like, a couple hundred kettlebell swings every single day, to get my hip strength back. Because if I did any physical activity, my hip would start hurting, my sciatic nerve would start hurting, my foot, all on the same side. So, like, I just built up that strength. And then once my body was able to go back to the gym in January, it responded a lot faster. So the biggest tip for women, that you don't have to know all of that, but listen to your body, stay off the internet, plug in with one resource that you trust, or one, as far as your health and your wellness, stay with one, and don't search for results. Focus on optimizing how you feel, and make the other stuff will be a byproduct.
Will fall into place. That's such good advice. Thank you so much for sharing. Friends, family, saints and ain'ts. Kim is a wealth of knowledge. I'm going to make sure I link you to her Facebook page. She's kind of made a little bit of a career shift, but it's still in helping women. So now she's more on the insurance, the life insurance, dental, vision, retirement, just an advocate for women. She really wants to help you. So if you have questions regarding wellness, around your health, around, planning just your life, I advise you to connect with Kim. Kim, do you have any parting words before we go?
The only thing that I have to say is the reason why I got into health insurance space is because the agent that got me coverage when I was way too far in my pregnancy owns her own agency, and she had such an impact on my life, and I wanted to be able to do the same for others. So that's where I'm at, and any guidance that you need, any advocates that you need in that arena, I'm your girl.
Awesome. And which is one of the reasons that I wanted to, and I invited Kim to share with us, because I know like she's not doing this just, for to make money. Like she really likes to contribute and likes to give back, and she wants that to have an impact. So we have that in common, and we both love the Lord, and we love people, and we love women. So yeah, check her out. Kim, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Love you, girl.
All right,
Take
love you.
care. All right, bye.